So this year's show at David Allen Collection in Solana Beach is called Front Porch Animals. So this is a collection of animals that I've assembled over the last 15 years all over Asia. And from villages, from collectors, from people's homes, wherever I could find them. So I'm always on the hunt for animals. I love these old folk art and even the contemporary ones that some of our artists are making. The animals actually range in age from 2,400 years ago, from the Han Dynasty in China, up to contemporary pieces that I've just found in Java this year. The animals run from cats and dogs and monkeys to a lot of imaginary things. And they're from Japan, where animals are obviously loved in their art, and they're done by serious artists, to the front porch creator, like in Java or everywhere else that I go, where somebody will just sit on their front porch and whittle away every evening on a piece of wood until it becomes an animal. Most things are wood because that's kind of the front porch tradition, whittling. But there's a lot of clay, there's a lot of ceramic, there's some metal. Some of the pieces from Nepal, some from Java are metal. People do cast things in bronze. Even some of the Japanese animals are bronze. There's some fiber things from remote tribes in Indonesia. In Bali, part of my whole warehouse setup, what I do is I've had 2 carvers that work with me full time in the warehouses in Bali. So these carvers, as far as I can see, are the most brilliant carvers in a carving society that one could find. They can do anything I can think of, they can produce. So I can give them a drawing, a sketch, a photograph. It can be as crazy as an M.C. Escher painting, which is impossible to even draw, and they'll do it in 3D. Anyway, in this show, there'll be a lot of my carver's pieces as well. Ask him if he's happy with his work. Are you still enjoying carving?
Apa pada orderannya?
Ini kan lebih tu.
I think he said that it's the same. It's same feeling working this
With-
kind of carving.
Same as with Sumio.
Same with Sumio.
Yeah.
Which is better doing this or doing the
cats.
The cats. And he said, it's same, but the cat is only order. We make one and the same always.
Yeah,
And
same
this-
thing, same
yeah,
thing.
same thing. But this is not. This is different every time we give them a project like that.
Leading up to the show, so my office turns into a zoo. So right now, we can barely walk through my office. Every surface, the floors, the couch, all the table, everything's covered with animals, and it has been for months now. Some of these animals I bought 15 years ago, so I'm getting to know them again, seeing which ones need a little special care, feeding and watering, feeding like the wax, watering, washing. So we're caring for the animals, getting them ready to put out and seen by everybody. Tiger is the favorite animal in the whole world. On Earth, they've done surveys of 50,000 people across the face of the earth, and tiger comes up as #1 favorite animal on Earth. It edges out dogs by a couple percent. I'm one of those tiger lovers, so my collection of tigers is over the top. I probably have paintings of 40 tigers just from Japan. It's a little over the edge, but David Allen's over the edge. The first time I can remember loving tigers is my 5th birthday was coming up. My family asked me, what do you want for your birthday? I said, tigers. I don't care what kind of tigers. Give me a tiger rug. I just want tigers. Tiger stuffed animals, you name it. So that's when I was 5. I think some things just don't change. Yeah, part of the process of me choosing who comes for this show is I literally do ask these guys, are you ready to go to America? Are you ready for some travel? Do you want to be in the show? And they'll let me know one way or another. The green light goes on or it doesn't. You walk in David Allen and something attracts you. And what's going to first attract is beauty or energy or both. They're usually combined. They're not separate. Something beautiful is almost always bound to have good energy. Finding pieces with good energy is critical. That's when people walk in David Allen, that's what they feel first. Yes, it's an overwhelming collection of beautiful stuff, but beautiful stuff without good energy is dead. And this place is alive. It takes a lifetime to find of passionate hunting to find this kind of stuff. People ask me all the time, oh, where should I go in Bali? I can give you all kinds of information. You don't find this stuff. Sometimes these collectors I go to, they don't show me their private collection for 10 years. And then it can take even longer than that for people to sell me stuff from their private collection that they've had for 30, 40 years, that they've been waiting for somebody who really, really appreciates it. It's fun to see. It's not just collecting things, it's collecting the background cultures that make these people produce these animals. Like the folk art from Java, there's a culture that allows for that actually expects it. The title for the show actually came from Front Porch Animals, is from seeing people literally on their front porches in Java carving animals. It's part of that culture. Another interesting thing about folk art, it's not made to be art. It's made as an expression of the human being that's carving. And very often it's not conscious. It just, these things take their form from some inner guidance that isn't even recognized by the guy who's carving. The art comes from relationship, which is the core of why this is fun, why it's interesting, because it's not just things. It's the people who love them, who handle them, who made them. That's where the real juice is behind the thing. So it's getting to know the cultures, the individual people. I'm amazed at each time I go, there's another little layer deeper of all these relationships. And that's just the joy of it, is peeling the onion of relationship. The warehouse in Bali is my collecting point for all of Indonesia. So as I travel to the outer islands of Indonesia or go to people's homes in Java, whatever, I'm sending it all back to the warehouse in Bali. Sometimes there's not room here in America in the showrooms for what I find there. So many animal paintings. I'll be able to show 1 out of 20. But I have a couple Java painters who that's all they paint, is animals. And then of course the Japanese painters, I have 50 screens of just tigers and dragons and other animals. We can only show a sample of those. For the Front Porch Animal Show, this is one of the wildest pieces. Okay, so this is a Javanese folk art piece. It's for sure over 100 years old. It's been painted and repainted and repainted. It came from a very close friend's personal collection. It's teak. It's been weathered over 100 or 200 years. It's really hard to say, but there's something in the essence of this piece that makes it one of my favorite pieces in the show. So this guy's Han Dynasty. He's somewhere between 2,000 and 2,400 years old. We have actually several pieces of the show that are of that age and come from old tombs. This guy I love so much, I just got him a month ago. So I hand carried him from Bali to China, to Thailand, to Laos, and then back here because he had to be in the show. He's too important to me, showing a culture that not much exists from 250 or 300 years ago. This guy's been owned by, who knows, a temple for a couple hundred years and then a series of collectors or whoever. And they're all, everything here is just waiting for the right person. I debated over this a lot, but being a lover of animals, I make animals myself. So mostly in clay, and they're mostly fantasy animals. So many of them I've taken to Java and had cast in bronze. So I thought, why not? Why not put some of my own animals in the show? So there will be a little section of David Allen animals. Even though it's way outside the parameters of David Allen, about a year and a half ago, I thought, I want to have some fun. I want to do t-shirts. I want to do t-shirts that are fun and wild that nobody else has seen. So my Java artists are the ones that have really inspired me to take animals from their paintings and put them onto t-shirts. So Rick and I spent a few months designing a whole line of t-shirts, and this is one of my favorites, Blue Dog, and the whole line is called Bad Dog. So each of the shirts has a logo that says Bad Dog. The line expands all the time, but they're all Bad Dog t-shirts. So that's the name of the line. And it's expanding like mad. I get inspired by everything that I see. One of the most fun things about my life and my work is here at David Allen, everybody that works here shares that same passion. They love these pieces, they get it, they're constantly learning and studying and sharing the stories with each other as they hear them from me or from Justin. The same passion permeates the whole business. And so that's really fun for me when I'm here. And then when I'm out hunting and collecting, then that has a different appeal, a different life for me. When you go through this show, to take the time to pick a few pieces that you're attracted to and feel the energy, feel the artist, feel what he was doing and what he's up to and what has happened to that piece over the ages that it's been in existence.